Morning, children. What did we discuss in the previous class? Are you aware of? Those who want to respond, please raise your hand. Yeah, what did we discuss? Aditya? Unmute your
Relative classes.
relative.
Classes.
Very good word. So, what is the purpose of relative clause? What is the purpose of relative clause? Aditya? Anybody can say? Unmute your voice. First of all, turn off your mic and video. If you turn off, your data will be saved. Turn off all of you. What is the purpose of relative clause? That's my question. Who can answer?
To different subject or object.
Raise your hand and tell me answer. Yeah, tell me. Sri. Unmute your mic and say. Venkat Nagar 10052 Sri. Tell me. Kavya.
The purpose to give additional clause is called purpose of the relative pronoun. Relative clause.
Additional clause or additional information?
Additional clause.
Additional clause or additional information?
Additional clause, sir.
No, additional information.
Oh, okay.
That provides additional information is called relative clause.
Clause.
Okay? Mr. Kavya Sahiti. Gandhinagar Kavya Sahiti.
Sir, its purpose is to give additional information or to define subject and object.
Very good. Exactly. What are the types of relative clauses?
Defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause.
Okay, very nice. What is meant by defining relative clause?
In defining relative clause, we need not to give additional information for the subject. We need to give additional information for the subject.
Why do we give?
To define the subject or object.
Okay. Pravalika.
Yes.
So what is meant by non-defining relative clause? Gandhinagar 10139. Pravalika.
Sir, non-defining relative clause means it need not to define the subject or object.
Okay, good, good. Okay. Say in this class, we are going to practice some examples. Okay? See, my dear friends, here I am writing some sentences or clauses. We have to use a relative pronoun and we have to make relative clauses. See, the first one is Gandhiji believed in non-violence. He was loved by all. Say, Gandhiji believed in non-violence. He was loved by all. See, here we have to combine these two sentences using relative clauses. Here, the relative pronoun is who. Using who, we have to combine these two sentences. Say, before combining these two sentences, what we have to observe? What is the repeated term or what is the common term in both the clauses we have to identify? Say, what is the repeated one? Here, Gandhiji believed in non-violence. He was loved by all. See here, Gandhiji and he. These two are the repeated terms or common terms. First of all, we have to observe that. See here, using who, we have to combine these two clauses like this. See, Gandhiji who believed or who was loved by all, anything. You have to write who just after Gandhiji who believed in non-violence was loved by all. See here, Gandhiji who believed in non-violence was loved by all. Here see, we removed he in the second sentence because it is the common term. Instead of he, we used the relative pronoun who. Okay, friends? So, when we use a relative pronoun, again we should not use another term or a repeated term. We have to remove this repeated term and we have to use the relative pronoun. See, Gandhiji who believed in non-violence was loved by all. This is relative clause. Is it defining or non-defining? This is non-defining because the subject is well known. When the subject is well known, the clause is non-defining. When the subject is not known to the reader or the listener, then the relative clause is defined. Here Gandhiji is well known, so that who believed in non-violence is non-defining, so that we separate that clause using commas or hyphen. Okay, this is correct answer. This is correct answer. Please note down. Children, first of all, turn off your video. All of you, please. Apple's iPad. Turn off your video. Please note down this one. Gandhiji believed in non-violence. He was loved by all. These two clauses are combined with who? How? Gandhiji, who believed in non-violence, was loved by all. So here we remove what is repeated or what is the common one. Okay. Once we wrote Gandhiji, and then what is repeated, he or Gandhiji, same. That's why we repeated this, and in the place of he we used who. Okay, Nana? So Gandhiji, who believed in non-violence, was loved by all. I give you one more sentence. See the second example. Nick has, please note down, Nick has a small foot. A small foot on his hip. On his hip. Nick has a small foot on his hip. Second sentence is like this. It enables him to kick the ball. To kick the ball. Two clauses given here. Nick has a small foot on his hip. It enables him to kick the ball. Here, first of all, you have to identify what is the repeated one or common term. Here, Nick is there, but in this sentence, it is not repeated. Here, small foot is there, and the second sentence is speaking about the small foot, that is it. So here, a small foot and it, these are the common terms we have to take. Let us combine this with which. Let us combine these two clauses with which. Okay. So here Nick has a small foot on his hip. It enables him to kick the ball. Try to answer it, just 20 seconds. After that, I reveal the answer. Please tell me.
Nick has a small foot on his hip, which enables him to kick the ball.
Once again.
Nick has a small foot on his hip, which enables him to kick the ball.
మీకు వస్తుంది. నేను మాత్రం ఇక్కడికి రావట్లేదు. Once again, please.
Nick
Sandhya.
has a small foot on his tip, which enables him to kick the ball.
Okay. So you said hip enables him or a small foot enables him? Hip enables or small foot enables? What is your opinion, Sandhya?
Yes.
Sandhya, please speak out.
Sir.
See, you said Nick has a small foot on his hip, which enables him to kick the ball. So, using hip or a small foot, he is kicking the ball.
Small foot.
Small foot. So, we have to place the relative pronoun which just beside small foot. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, what is correct answer? Nick has a small foot which enables him to kick the ball. Then you may have a doubt, sir, what about on his hip?
It is extra information.
Amma?
It is extra information, sir.
Okay. Very nice. Otherwise, say a small foot on his hip also we can take as a single phrase. So what you said is also correct. First you said which enables him after hip. So both of them. That means Nick has a small foot on his hip which enables him to kick the ball is also correct. Because suppose we keep which here and we get confused what to do with on his hip. So a small foot on his hip is one single phrase which enables him to kick the ball. Okay, just I tested you whether you are confirmed or not. Okay, be confident. The answer is as Sandhya said. Nick has a small foot on his left hip, on his hip, which enables him to kick the ball, to kick the ball. Okay, this is correct as Sandhya said earlier. Please unmute your mic, Sandhya.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to give you one more example. Children, note down. Nick married Hannah. She is a wonderful woman. She is a wonderful woman. So here two classes are there. Nick married Hannah. She is a wonderful woman. We have to combine these two classes using who. Who? Try to answer. Please try to answer. Surya from Samalkot. Surya from Samalkot, please speak out.
Nick married Kane, who is a wonderful woman.
Very good answer. Keep it up. Vivek,
Nick married Kenny, who is a wonderful woman.
Nick married.
Kenny, who is a
Kenny.
wonderful woman.
Very good. Very good answer. Very nice. Satvik, sorry. Nageshwara Satvik. Nageshwara Satvik. Nagasai.
Nick married Kane,
Hmm.
who is a wonderful woman.
Very good. Okay, well done.
Yeah.
See the answer. So the answer is Nick married Hannah, who is a wonderful woman. Who is a wonderful woman. Please note down. Shall I wipe it off? See children, if anybody wants more time, please raise your hand. Then I will wait. Sorry. Sir, Nageshwar Satvik, unmute outlet and sir. Okay. Nageshwara Satvik,
Sir,
what's your doubt? Please speak out.
sir, no doubt, sir.
But you have raised your hand.
Last question, I raised my hands.
Okay, it's all right. See the question, fourth question. Nick is a football fan. A football fan. He is also a motivational speaker. A motivational speaker. Nick is a football fan. He is also a motivational speaker. Combined with who? Take time. Antarya,
Sir,
what's your answer?
Nick, who is a football fan, is also a motivational speaker.
Very good. Keep it up. Vivek, what is your answer?
Nick, who is a motivational speaker, is also a football fan.
Okay, very good. Well done. Okay, please speak out.
Nick is a football fan who is also a motivational speaker.
Okay, here we got two answers now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so do you agree with the two answers?
Yes, sir.
Good. Prashant? L. Prashant. L. Prashant. Okay, so there are two answers. Both the answers are acceptable. Nick is a football fan. Nick, who is a football fan, is also a motivational speaker. Nick, who is a football fan, is also a motivational speaker. Otherwise, as you said, Nick, who is a motivational speaker, is also a football fan. Okay, both the answers are correct. Any objection? If you have any objection, please raise your hand. Okay, please note down. First of all, edit your name or branch code and the number given. No, please rename it and follow that. So most of you haven't changed the name. Your personal name is being displayed. Please modify that. So next example, he built a team of people. A team of people. They were equally good. They were equally good. See, two classes given. Those who rename, I will ask them only. Okay? branch code and your roll number must be displayed. He built a team of people. They were equally good. Two classes given, 1 and 2. See here also we have to use who. Using who. Prashant. T10613 Prashant. Time is good. Lavanya Mandapalli. Unmute it. Meghana.
He built a team of people who were equally good.
Once again say.
He built a team of people who were equally good.
He built a team of people who
Who
were
were equally good.
good. Very good answer.
He
Nandini.
built a
He built a team of people who were equally good.
Good, good. Very nice. Okay, so the answer is he built a team of people who were equally good. Who were equally good. Please note down. Next example, Hamilton was bitten by a shark. A shark. Nick chose her. Nick chose her as his trainer. As his trainer. So let us combine these two clauses using whom, not who. whom. Prashant. Pavani. Pavani Siri. Vivek. Yeah, tell. Vivek, tell me answer.
Nick chose Hamilton as his trainer, whom was bitten by a shark.
Once again.
Nick chose Hamilton as his trainer, whom was bitten by a shark.
No, wrong answer. Try again. Sandhya.
Hamilton was bitten by a shark, whom Nick chose as his trainer.
No, no. Try again. Can you say another answer?
No, sir.
Jyoti. Jyoti.
Sir,
Please speak up. Say the answer.
Hampton, whom was bitten by a shark, Nick chose her as his trainer.
No, no. Akhil.
Hamilton, whom Nick chose as a trainer, was bitten by a shark.
Exactly. Very good. Very good answer. Say Hamilton, whom Nick chose as his trainer was bitten by a shark. This is correct. Hamilton, whom Nick chose as he is the trainer, was bitten by a shark. See here, we use whom as objective case. As objective case. See here, Nick chose Hamilton. Here, Hamilton position is object. So that we have to write Hamilton whom, because Hamilton is the object. That's why we have taken whom. Hamilton, whom Nick chose as his trainer, was bitten by a shark. Just 1 minute. We use whom for subjective case, whom for objective case, whose for possessive case. So based on this case, we have to combine these relative clauses. Okay, let us discuss another topic in the next class. If you have any doubt, just 1 minute, you can ask me. Raise your hands and ask me regarding this class. If anybody has doubt, the Pavani Siri, please. Pavani Siri.
Can you
What's your doubt? What's your doubt?
Can you explain last example, sir?
Say Nick chose Hamilton as his trainer. That is the sentence. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. First sentence say Hamilton was bitten by a shark. Here Hamilton is the common and her position is object to case in the second sentence. So that we have to take whom. Hamilton whom Nick chose. But we should not use who Nick chose. Suppose I write who, Hamilton chose Nick. But here Hamilton whom Nick chose, that means Nick chose Hamilton. Nick chose Hamilton. Hamilton position is object. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So Hamilton whom Nick chose. That is correct construction. Hamilton whom Nick chose. Okay? As is the trainer was bitten by a shark. Don't confuse. Hamilton whom Hamilton ఎవరినైతే నిక్ తన ట్రైనర్ గా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాడో తను షార్క్ చేత బిటెన్. I don't know in Telugu. Hamilton whom Nick chose as his trainer was bitten by a shark. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I give one question. You write at home. You practice at home. With whom? Because you are getting confused. See, Sudha. Sudha is a great painter. Sudha is a great painter. I want to meet her. I want to meet her. So combine these two relative clauses using whom. So you try at home. In the next class, I give you answer for this question.
Good morning, children. This is Nageshwaram, Maths faculty. In our last sessions, we discussed some basic concepts regarding the number system, and we learned some tricks regarding LCM of different topics. Today, I'm going to explain you some basic concept of polynomial, which very much useful to you in the coming 10th class. Maybe you learned some basic concepts of polynomial in your previous classes. Once let me recall that also, and I can go for further. Okay, children? Let us see what is polynomial. Before going to see the meaning of polynomial and its properties, we should recall the basic concept of a polynomial. What is the origin of the polynomial? what are the basic fundamental concepts of the polynomial. Once let us see here. Constants. We usually know that constant means nothing but the numbers. Constant means constants means nothing but the numbers. 7, 4, 1, 7 by 2, 6. These all are nothing but the constants, right? These all are nothing but the constants. Now let us see. We use the constants in the polynomials topic also, right? Constants of the variables. Children, usually when you are going to do the sums, you will face the term variable. What is meant by variable? In general, variable means nothing but alphabets. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. Alphabets are nothing but the variables. Why we call them as variables and why we call these numbers as constants? Means constant means they have specific value. They have a certain value and the value not changes from time to time. Means 7 there. The value of 7 is always fixed. Whatever the sum may be, whatever the situation may be, the value of 7 not changes. Whereas if you take suppose x there, the variables session, x is there. Suppose according to the situation, you can take x equals to 1, x equals to 7, x equals to 5. According to the sum, according to the scenario, usually you will assign some value to alphabets. Means here x value 1, here x value 7, x value 5. In this way, the value of x is being repeating, being changing. That's why we call them as variables. Okay, these are the fundamental concepts for polynomials. If you know the fundamental concepts of any topic, further you can do well in your higher studies. That's why I'm going to repeating the basic concepts of your 10th class subjects. So constant means the specific value. Now, in general, we can say that numbers are nothing but constants. Numbers are nothing but constants. Variables, alphabets are nothing but variables. Okay. Now, the product of these variables, the product of constants, product of constant and variable means C into C, constant into constant. 7 into 6, 7 into 6. Variable into variable, A into X, constant into variable, constant 4 into 3. Means nothing but the product of variables to variables, constants to constants, constants to variable, variable by constant. The product and division of these constants and variables is nothing but the terms. Term. What is term? Product or division of constants and variables. Product or division of constants and variables is called a term. The meaning of term is very much useful for learning the polynomial. Term. What is meant by term? Product or division of constant and variables. Here I have discussed the product of constant to constant, variable to variable, constant to variable, and constant by variable. Constant by variable means here I have taken one constant 6, variable is d. 6 by d. 6 by d. Variable by constant. So the product and the division of these are nothing but terms. Okay, children. Examples of terms are 7x, 7x, 7xyz x by 7 into 4 x by 7 into 4 p square q by 4 into 9. These all are nothing but terms. These all are nothing but terms. Children, once write down these definitions, constants, variables, terms. Once write down these one. If you have any doubt regarding the constants, variables, terms, you can ask your question by raising your hand. Whenever you are having any doubt, just you can raise your hand, you can ask me. Okay, children, let me go for further. Here we have seen the term. That means the product and division of constant and variables. Okay, children. Now let us see about the algebraic expression. Algebraic expression. What is meant by algebraic expression? The addition or subtraction of terms, or the terms which are connected with plus or minus signs, called algebraic expression. In a simple way, you can say that the terms which are connected with plus or minus sign is called algebraic expression. Terms which are connected by plus or minus sign. Terms which are connected by plus or minus sign are called algebraic expression. Already we have seen that term is nothing but the product or division of variables, constants, variable and constants. These are nothing but the terms. See here, 7xyz there. 7xyz there. How many terms there? In 7xyz, that is totally called as one term. You should not count it as 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 terms there. You should not give the answer like that. See here, yes, Ratna is raised a hand. What is your doubt? Here, sir. Okay. Yes, Ratna, ask me your doubt. If anybody wants to ask any doubts, means just change your name according to the instructions so that we can ask you, we can address you. Some people are raising their hands, but they didn't change their names. Okay, let me continue. See here. So here you shouldn't tell that there are 4 terms. It is totally one term because here the process is going on the product of variables and constants. The product of division of variables and constants is totally called as one term. So here algebraic expression means terms which are connected by plus or minus sign. See here I am taking these examples. 7x plus 7xyz. 7x plus 7xyz. 4 minus 9 by x square plus L power 4. L power 4. See here, 4 is a term. 4 is a term. 9 by x square is another term. 9 by x square is another term. L power 4 is another term. These three terms, how many terms are there? How many terms are there? 3 terms. These 3 terms are connected by minus or plus. Then you can call it as algebraic expression. Can be called as algebraic expression. See here, in the first example I have written that 7x plus 7xy. If I ask you how many terms there, you should not say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you shouldn't tell that this 7xy is having 4 terms. You have to totally call as 7x plus 7xy is totally called as 2 terms. Because multiplication and division, that is total term, is considered to be 1 term. Okay, children. So this is the example for algebraic expression. Some more algebraic expressions, examples. Let us see. Root 2 x square. Root 2 x square. And 7. 7 also algebraic expression. 7 is a term. 7 is a term. Also we can write it as 7 plus 0 or 7 minus 0. So in the same way, root 2 x square also term. 7 also term. Also terms can be called as algebraic expressions because these are connected with the plus or minus. These are connected with the plus or minus. Okay, children. So here we discussed about constants, variables, and term and algebraic expressions. You should concentrate mainly on the terms. Terms means nothing but the product or division of constants and variables. Okay, and the terms which are connected with plus or minus sign, they are called algebraic expressions. Now let us see about the polynomials. What is polynomial? Coming to the definition of our topic, polynomial. What is polynomial? Polynomial is an algebraic expression having the powers of the variables as non-negative integrals, and the quotients are rational or real numbers. Means, see here I am going to give you the definition. It is an algebraic expression of variables as non-negative integrals. Non-negative integral. See, it is an algebraic expression. Polynomial also an algebraic expression having powers as powers of the variables. Powers of the variables as non-negative integrals. The main topic and main concentration should be on the powers of the variables. The powers must be non-negative integrals. What is meant by non-negative integrals? Here, integral is means nothing but integer. Integer. Non-negative integer means they shouldn't be negative numbers. They might be 0 or positive numbers. Non-negative means it should be 0 or positive. So let us see one example. What are polynomials and what are not the polynomials? See here. Here I am giving you 7x square plus 5. 7x square plus 5. Here, how many terms there? 2 terms. Here, 2 terms there. In the 7x square, 7 is called a quotient. 7 is called a quotient. X square is the variable. X is the variable and 2 is called the power. Here 5 there. Here 5 is there. It's a constant. And it is the variable. The power of the variable is plus 2. The power of the variable is plus 2. 4x 4 0. It is a polynomial because 4 is the quotient. You should concentrate on the variable. Power of the variable is 0. These are polynomial. And the examples for not the polynomials are 7x power minus 2 plus 5. 7x power minus 2 plus 5. Because here the variable is RK is having some doubt. Harka, what is your doubt? Harka? Just unmute. Suraj, unmute your mic. What is your doubt?
So once again tell polynomial examples.
Examples for?
Polynomial definition. Sir.
I think the definition of the polynomial. Okay, I will explain.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Harka? Okay. Once let us see the definition of polynomials once again. Polynomial is nothing but it is an algebraic expression having the powers of variables is non-negative integrals. Powers of the variable is non-negative integrals. Actually, polynomials are nothing but the algebraic expressions. Polynomials are also algebraic expressions. Polynomial also algebraic expressions. The difference is the variable's power should be positive or 0. Means the variables of the powers of the variable should not be negative. Means this is a negative number 7x4 minus 2. 7x4 minus 2 and x power 1 by 2 plus 5. Such kind of power should not be there for the variable of a polynomial. In the same way, see 1 by x cube plus 4 there. 1 by x cube plus 4 there. 1 by x cube can be written as x4 minus 4, x4 minus 3. So the power is converting into negative. So in that manner also should not be there. So to become any expression for a polynomial, the powers must be positive or 0. In a simple way, we can say that a non-negative integrals. Non-negative integrals. Such type of expressions, such type of algebraic expressions are called polynomial. Okay, children. Let's write down the definition of algebraic expression and polynomial. And meanwhile, if you have anyone have doubt, you can ask me. Mojit having some doubt. What do you doubt, ma?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, if a term has a non-negative integer, it's called integer as an exponent. It's called a polynomial, sir.
Yeah.
If it has a negative integer as an exponent, can it be called as a term, sir?
Sorry, I couldn't understand. Say again.
Before you gave an example, no, sir. 1 by x power 3 plus 4, sir.
1 by x cube plus 4.
Can it be called as a term, sir?
Yeah, actually, this is the combination of two terms. This is a term, and this is a term. So this example is the combination of two terms. We can call it as term. We can call it as algebraic expression, but we should not call it as polynomial.
Okay, sir.
Okay, children. So, I mean, all the polynomials are algebraic expressions, but all the algebraic expressions are not polynomial. All the polynomials are algebraic expressions, but all the algebraic expressions are not polynomial. To become an algebraic expression as a polynomial, you have to check the powers of the variable. You have to check the powers of the variable. Clear? Pravina. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Madam, good morning, madam.
Sir, those expressions are called what, sir? As we are having negative powers and rational numbers as powers.
They are in general they are algebraic expressions, madam. But to
Algebraic
become an algebraic
expressions?
expression as a polynomial, the powers must be positive.
Yes, sir. The another set of expressions you have given us, sir. As their powers are negatives, and also rational numbers. Those expressions, does they have any name, sir? Polynomial?
They are purely algebraic expressions. They have no another name, madam.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Morjit. Morjit. Morjit, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So in this way, we can see the difference between algebraic expressions and polynomials. Once let us see the general form of a polynomial. General form of a polynomial. See here, a0 exponent a1 exponent minus 1, a2 exponent minus 2 plus so on an. These are called, this expression is called the general form of a polynomial where n is the non-negative integral power and a0, a1, a2, a3 so on an are called real numbers. Means a0 quotient a1, a2, a3 so on an belongs to real numbers. So a polynomial can be written as root 2 x square plus 4. Root 2 x square plus 4. Root 2 is a real number. Root 2 is a real number. But you shouldn't write as 2 root 2 x plus 4 because root means power 1 by 2. In the power of the variable, there should not be any fraction. There should be only positive number or 0. You can write, if you want, you can write 2x plus 4. 2x plus 4. In this way, you can write. So these are general definitions and general properties of a polynomial. So children, once you study the definitions and tomorrow let us continue the remaining topic of a polynomial. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this class. Meanwhile, if you want or if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, Vidmahi.
Sir, first one, sir.
First one, P of x, polynomial of x. Polynomial of the variable x, P of x. Ravalika.
If any polynomial has root and the power is square, can be cancelled, sir.
Root and x square. Yeah,
Yes,
you can
sir.
cancel it. You can cancel it. Then you can say that it is a polynomial.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, children. Have a nice day.